All right, guys. So once again, we got to talk about this tweet here from Skip Bayless that made everybody lose their minds, okay? Because Skip Bayless simply was thinking out loud what probably a whole lot of people were thinking in the tragic moment that happened just a few days ago on the NFL football field when Bill's safety, I think he's a safety, Damar Hamlin, suffered cardiac arrest on the football field after taking a direct blow to the chest in what appeared to be a freak accident, okay? This is one of these events that is like, what, 1 out of 1,000,000 or something like that, some crazy number. It just so happened that that routine tackle, that routine hit, caused him to go into cardiac arrest on the field. It was a extremely scary moment. And, you know, in that moment, Skip put out this tweet here where he basically said that, look, there's no doubt that the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how this late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. So basically, Skip was wondering out loud what probably a whole lot of people were wondering in regards to whether or not the game was going to continue. And two, if it's not going to continue, then how are they going to reschedule this game, right? This is a logistics nightmare for the NFL. But he said also that it seemed so irrelevant. Like, that is irrelevant considering what is happening right now. He got destroyed for this tweet by all the people that were butthurt about it. And then he also put out another tweet talking about, you know, Damar Hamlin's health and how important that is, and basically explained himself. But he didn't delete the tweet. Now, some of this drama and backlash from this tweet has now spilled over onto Skip Bayless' show, Undisputed, that he has with Shannon Sharpe, who Shannon Sharpe is known for being very emotional, right? He makes very emotional arguments because for an NFL football player, he seems to be a very emotional person, okay? And that emotion spilled over into probably one of the most awkward moments I've ever seen on live television between Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. That I want to play because, again, it is truly fascinating TV to watch this drama play out in front of our eyes. Clearly, this is not scripted. I think that we're literally witnessing a breakup between Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe in real time. And again, this is truly glorious, spectacular TV. So without further ado, go ahead and roll the clip.
Good to see you, Shannon. I understand you have something you want to share this morning.
Good morning, yes.
Morning.
There's been a lot of speculation of why I wasn't on air yesterday, and I won't get into speculation or conjecture, innuendo, but I will say this. In watching that game on Monday night, what happened to Damar Hamlin struck me a little different. As a brotherhood in the NFL, when injuries happen, when we know injuries are a part of the game, I've seen guys suffer ACLs and Achilles tear, but I've never seen anybody have to be revived and fight for their life on the field. So it struck me a little differently because I remember seeing my brother paralyzed on the field temporarily, and he was able to regain focus. Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down, but I didn't want it.
Well, time out. I'm not going to take it down because I stand by what I tweeted.
Skip, let me finish.
All right, okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Go ahead, let's go, Jen.
Okay.
I mean, I cannot even get through a monologue without you interrupting me.
Well,
you could have came back, Skip.
Well, I thought,
Skip, just let.
I didn't know you were going to bring up
No,
this.
I was just going to say, Skip, I didn't want to yesterday to get into a situation where Damar Hamlin was the issue. We should have been talking about him and not get into your tweet. That's what I was going to do. But you can't even let me finish my opening monologue without you interrupting.
Okay. I was under the impression you weren't going to bring this up because nobody here had a problem with that tweet.
No. Clearly, the bosses wanted you to offer explanation. So clearly, somebody.
No, they did not have. Nobody.
Let's go, Jen.
Thoughts and prayers remain with Damar Hamlin.
That's where the focus should have been, and not on the football game. Yes, let's go, Jen. Thank you.
Yeah, so that is what a breakup looks like in real time, okay? I think these two are going to break up. I think they're headed for a breakup, which, I mean, it's kind of awkward because I think that Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe just recently signed new deals to continue the show, but I don't think they like each other very much. This is not the first time that I think they've had some issues on air with each other. I think Skip Bayless told him like the other day or something like that, he's not Tom Brady, right? Or something. Basically insulted Shannon Sharpe's credentials, okay? Even though Shannon Sharpe is a Hall of Famer, and I feel like a lot of athletes don't like Skip Bayless because they don't like the fact that Skip Bayless is critical of them, even though he's never been a professional athlete. Right? I'm not sure what type of athlete Skip was. I think maybe he might have played, I don't know, basketball or something in high school. I don't know exactly what type of athlete he was. But again, a lot of athletes don't like him because of his criticism, because he has opinions that they don't like, and he refuses to apologize or to hold back in terms of what he really thinks. But that's also what makes Skip Bayless, and also Stephen A. Smith as well too, great entertainers, right? I mean, they're more entertainers than they are actual like sports analysts, okay? They are really entertainers first. That is why ESPN sticks Stephen A. on every single show that they can to talk about stuff that he clearly doesn't know he's talking about, but it doesn't matter because Stephen A. is an entertaining person to watch and to listen to, and they know that, right? That's how they bring in the money. And in this situation right here, I'm saying that because I think that Shannon Sharpe needs to be careful, right? He needs to not let his emotions get in the way of business, because I think if Fox Sports had to choose between Skip and Shannon, I think they're going with Skip, right? Which is why Skip gets paid more, okay? Doesn't have anything to do with racism, because Stephen A. got paid more than his white counterpart on ESPN. Well, why is that? It's because he brings in more of the ratings. He's going to bring in more of the eyeballs. He's the lead on the show. Again, same thing applies with Skip. So Shannon Sharpe better be careful here, because a lot of these people are getting overly emotional about something they should not be getting that emotional about. I get it. You know, be concerned about Damar Hamlin. I am too, right? Everybody from across, you know, the country is concerned about it. I mean, there was a guy, Dan Orlovsky, I believe. He was doing a prayer live on ESPN, right? He just flat out just started praying on ESPN for Damar Hamlin. So again, everybody's concerned about him. And I really do think that all these people getting so outraged about Skip Bayless's tweet, which clearly has been misunderstood, it's been misinterpreted. You know, it was bad timing, but I think people are taking it a lot more seriously than they should. That is actually taking away more from Damar Hamlin than anything else. Okay, because if you stop being outraged over that tweet, then you can focus all your energy on that instead of the tweet. But clearly, that's not what Shannon Sharpe wants to do. Clearly, he wants to be butthurt about the tweet so much that he skipped work, right? He skipped work. Now I am not coming in. I'm hurt by this tweet from Skip Bayless. Jesus. It reminds me of those people, the woke revolutionaries at some of these woke companies that are like, oh, I'm not coming into work today because I need a mental health day, right? My head don't feel right. Therefore, I'm not coming in to work. Wow. Incredible stuff. Again, Shannon, I think that he's been overly emotional about this. I think he's letting it get in the way of him actually doing his job, okay, and showing up and coming into work and debating his partner, Skip. And it seems like, you know, behind the scenes, maybe they haven't really talked about this. Maybe there's some communication issues, because Shannon Sharpe brought up this tweet. Skip basically says that, hey, I didn't know you was going to bring this up. And Shannon tells Skip that you need to take it down, right? You need to delete the tweet. And Skip was like, hell no, I'm not deleting the tweet. I stand by my tweet, which I respect the hell out of, by the way, right? I respect the hell out of Skip Bayless for standing by his tweet, okay? Because there are a lot of people, considering the backlash and the heat and the pressure that Skip is getting, allegedly, executives at the company wanted Skip to address it, to say something about it, to clarify it. 99.999% of people would have folded and took it down immediately, right? They would have took it down immediately. He's still standing by it. He didn't take it down. He didn't delete it. And again, this is why I respect people like Skip Bayless. Even though, again, I don't necessarily agree with a lot of his opinions. I think he's kind of over the top, but I get why he's over the top. He's over the top the same reason that Stephen A. is over the top, the same reason that Andrew Tate is over the top, right? It's entertainment, first and foremost. I do respect the fact that, you know, he believes his opinion so much that he's not going to back down to the mob, okay? I think that Skip Bayless is allowed to have free speech, and I think that, you know, Shannon here is the one being overly emotional about it. I understand that Skip interrupted him, right? But, you know, Skip probably got caught off guard by the fact that Shannon basically bought it up and then said that, you know, Skip needs to delete it, you know, such and such. You know, maybe it's a good thing that Skip interrupted, because I feel like if Skip was actually allowed to respond, to Shannon Sharpe after Shannon finished his monologue, it probably would have went more off the rails, right? Maybe it's a good thing they kind of got that out the way right at the beginning of that segment. Who knows? But I'm just saying, clearly there's some communication issues here. I think there's trouble in Wonderland. I don't think that this show is going to last with them two being together, you know, and I think that this is something that's been going on longer than just, you know, this, right? I think that this is something that's been going on behind the scenes probably for a while. It was rumored that Skip was actually thinking about returning back to ESPN, the First Take with Stephen A. Smith. And the fact that he actually remained at Fox Sports really is a testament to how, you know, Skip Bayless has given, you know, Shannon Sharpe a platform and elevated Shannon Sharpe. And I think Shannon Sharpe kind of needs to chill out a little bit and really kind of understand that, you know, without Skip, he would not be in the position that he's in, right? He would not be nearly as relevant as he is without Skip. I understand you got a problem with the tweet, but again, don't let your emotions get in the way of the show, right? Because I feel like if Skip decided that, you know what, I don't want Shannon to be my partner anymore, I think that Shannon would be on the way out the door, right? And then the woke revolutionaries will be crying racism, okay? But they had nothing to say when Stephen A. Smith got rid of his white counterpart, Matt Kellerman, right? I'm just saying, whoever brings in the money has the most power. I think that Shannon really needs to keep that in mind before he gets so overly emotional about a lot of these issues. But hey, we'll see how long this lasts. My gut feeling is probably not that much longer. That was truly fascinating and entertaining television. I want to see a lot more than that instead of the manufactured outrage that we usually see on these sports debate shows. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.